Welcome along off the ball here at the GAA Bord Gáis Energy Hall of Fame with Jack O'Shea, who has been inducted today, along with some other legends, Pádraig Horan, Frank Cummins and the great Matt Connor of Offaly. Jack, it must be nice to keep such illustrious company.
Yeah, I'm delighted, and I was really delighted when I saw Matt was getting it as well, because Matt was a player I really admired over the years when I played against him. Phenomenal footballer. So it's great to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I suppose, as they said today, you won't be forgotten now.
I don't think you'd ever be forgotten, because you're still working as a pundit. You're still very kind of visible on the football scene.
Yeah, I suppose, I had a fantastic career, and I suppose it's nice to go into the games now and just, say to yourself, I've been there, I've done that, I know what it's like, and you get a great feeling for the games, and I suppose it's part of our culture and part of our lives, and it's a great day out, and there's great entertainment in the games, and so it's fabulous.
After you finished playing, and you had a long career, a successful one as well, you went managing, and now you're kind of going as a fan stroke pundit. Can you enjoy games, or do you still kind of watch them like you're managing or playing or involved? Can you separate yourself from the matches and actually just enjoy them for what they are?
Yeah, it's not easy, and I suppose when Kerry are playing, you're a bit more edgy, and that's only because naturally you love to see your own team doing well, your own county doing well. But generally when I go to games, I love to see footballers express themselves, and it's lovely to watch lads express themselves. And when every team takes the pitch, particularly in All-Ireland, semi-final and final, more so in a final, that it's great if players can go out and express themselves to their best of their ability. Now, whether they win or lose, I know it makes a difference, but I think leaving a big performance on the pitch is vital for any player, because you put in so much work over the year that you can do that. And there's nothing better walking off the field and say, listen, I've done what I can do, I couldn't do any more, and then you have to accept the result.
I remember a couple of years ago you were actually right here conducting a Bord Gáis Energy Legends Tour, and you said there's one thing you'd like to see back in football, and that's the contest. Now the mark has come in, and that to some people has brought it back. Do you agree with that? Do you think that the contest is back?
Yeah, I think it is to a degree, but there's a good bit missing still. I still think that the kick out has to cross the 50-yard line, in my view, would create a much better contest. Last week's game we saw some great feeling around the middle of the field. The ball was being put out there. That's always a part of our game, and there's nothing nicer to watch lads go up. I think a lot of the messing has gone on in games throughout this year and in the last couple of years is that before the ball crosses the 50-yard line, there's so much pan passing, so much back passing, there's so much chance to intercept the ball. So I think the team that can drive the ball out beyond the 50-yard line, out into the middle of the field, win possession, I'd love to see that again in our game, and I think our game needs that to continue.
What a game we have coming up this weekend. Mayo against Kerry in the replay on Saturday, and obviously Dublin and Tyrone on Sunday. Put yourself back to your playing days. If Mick had come up to you early in the week and said, you're marking Kieran Donaghy, put yourself, actually this is a silly suggestion because it suggests that Mick would have been managing Mayo. What I mean is think of yourself in the Mayo dressing room if you can, and you're told you're marking Kieran Donaghy. How would you feel as one of the best midfielders and attackers on the team? Yeah,
it would be, I suppose, a bit unusual. You wouldn't be expecting it, number one. But again, I suppose you were alluding to the Aidan O'Shea thing. Yeah. But Aidan can only do what he can do. Yeah. It all depends on the ball that's coming into Donaghy. So it's not up to Aidan O'Shea really. He will contest anything that comes in that's 50-50. But if Donaghy gets the advantage of a pass, there's nothing Aidan O'Shea can do about that. So it is a strange thing. It happened to me actually as well that Kerry tried to play me full back towards the end of my career when they were looking for a full back. I did it in one or two occasions. It's not an easy position to play in. The forward has the advantage provided the ball coming in is right. Yeah. But if the ball coming in, if there's pressure on the ball coming in and there is a chance there for the defender to win it, then you're happy enough. But more often than not, the forward has the advantage. So it's a difficult place to play, and you're not able to express yourself as well. So Aidan O'Shea couldn't express himself as he is as a footballer last week. A lot of his time he had to be thinking about Donaghy, you know what I mean? So it'll be intriguing to see will they do it again this weekend. I think they probably will, because I think that had Aidan O'Shea been playing out the field and in the Mayo forward line, would the ball have been different going to Andy Moran? Would the ball have been different going to Cillian O'Connor? So I thought when they hadn't got Aidan O'Shea up there last week, they were playing a different type of ball into the forward line, which they were very, very beneficial to them. So individuals will change the game, and I think nowadays the game, even if you're full back, cornerback, you have to be able to play corner forward or full forward. Yeah. It's you have to be very adaptable.
Yeah. The way I put it made it sound like I was having a go at Stephen Rochford. That's not what I meant. What I meant was it's an unusual move, and he has to try something different. Can you understand what he's doing? Can you kind of see why he would do that?
Of course I can. He did it to stop the aerial threat from Donaghy, because Donaghy had been doing really well in the aerial threat in the Cork game and in the Galway game, and he looked a real threat in the air. Okay, he was, and Kerry didn't let the ball in high the last day. Now, that was probably because Aidan O'Shea was playing at full back. Had he not been there, I'm sure the ball might have been coming in high. So Kerry adapted and played the ball in lower. So I still think you might see Aidan O'Shea and Donaghy on the Saturday. I can't see Mayo changing too much. I can't see what other player they will put in there that might be as dominant in the air against them.
Who do you think will win that game and why?
I think Kerry might win because I think to improve that a little bit more. If the conditions are dry, I think that's vital for Kerry. I think conditions play a big part with this Kerry team. There's some of the players are much better on the dry ball, fast ball, and I think if Kerry start at a high tempo, not give Mayo the start they got last week, they could go on to dominate the game. But this is a very good Mayo side, and it'll take a very good performance to beat them. I even think it could go to extra time again. I think we'll be in the edge of our seats right up to the last minute. But I think Kerry by a point or two. I think they scored that a little bit easier. I think Mayo have to work harder to get their scores. I think Kerry can score that bit easier.
I put it to Eamon Fitzmaurice after last week's game that they were a long time without, a really competitive match. He wouldn't accept the excuse. He wouldn't take it. But do you think that is a factor? And do you think Kerry will be that bit sharper having had this really competitive match?
Yeah, I think it's going to help bring them on an awful lot. Mayo won a great advantage, but they had put in 2 really good performances before last week. So they've had another very good performance now again, so they're going to be hard to beat. So I think that Kerry should improve from the game, but it's all about how you apply yourself and how lads do on the day, and I think both teams are capable of beating each other. It depends on who turns up.
Jack O'Shea, thank you very much. Jack O'Shea joining us in the Bord Gáis Energy Hall of Fame. He was inducted today along with Padraig Horan, Frank Cummins and Matt Connor from Offaly. Thank you for joining us, and we'll have a lot more build up to Kerry and Mayo in the replay, and indeed Dublin and Tyrone in the semi-final this Sunday on Off the Ball over the coming days on Facebook, on our website and of course on air. Thank you for joining us in Croke Park.